This video is about what role the domain name and port number play in an HTTP request. I'm going to demonstrate this by example. You notice that this address, this HTTP request, has two parts. It has the IP address of my server, my virtual server, and it has a port number. This is for accessing the WHM control panel. Now, ordinarily, there would be a domain name here. It could have just as easily said buscompanyx.com and then the port number. Basically, the part that goes right here for any HTTP request just translates to which machine on the internet is going to respond to this request. However, once the application on this port or whichever application processes this HTTP request receives the request, it's going to know what the string is that was here, and it may choose to do something with it. Okay, so what does the port number do? Well, the Unix machine which receives this request has a table, and in this table it knows that for a particular port number, a particular program or application is going to deal with it. Okay, so I'll just show you what happens with this. Okay, I click here. Okay, see, it's the correct IP address and port number that it went to. Okay, the reason that it says this warning about security is because the SSL certificate I have on my server is only for a particular domain and subdomain. And this IP address is just not what it's looking for. But I know, so I'm going to proceed. Here, actually it did let me log in anyways. Okay. And let me just make sure that this is the IP address. Okay, ends with 229.115. Yeah, it is. Okay. I just want to say one thing. Okay, first I just want to emphasize one thing. In an HTTP request, there's a domain portion and a port number portion. Okay, this information gets dealt with on several levels, okay? First, when the request is made, it determines which machine is going to be accessed, and then which port number on that machine is going to be accessed. Now, once the machine receives this request, it decides, based on this same information, which application is going to handle the request. Now, on the flip side, the application itself is going to take this information and try to use it too. For example, if Apache web server is that application, okay, it already received the request because the machine told it it needs to handle it. But once it receives it, it's going to look at the domain name part and decide, which files to serve up based on that particular domain name. And also it will use the port number to make that decision too. It all depends on how the Apache web server is configured. That determines what it serves up.